But this next song is very important. Would you give me a drum roll, Ernie? Would you give me a drum roll? The San Antonio National Anthem. Here we go. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Thought I was your only vato. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Won't you give me un beso?
Wow. Isn't that the greatest song of all time? I mean, to me, that's my jam right there. Whenever I have a walkout music or anything, I want to play that song at my funeral. Like, it's the Texas Tornadoes. Hey, baby, ¿qué pasó? Like, it's just so good. It means English and Spanish together, and it's been my favorite since I was a kid. My dad used to play that song. And then I went down the rabbit hole of Freddie Fender and the whole bit. It's absolutely marvelous. I love that song. You ever heard that? Oh, they can't hear you. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmy Tropicana. This is the introductory podcast to Tropicana Talks. And we've tried it in the past before, and it kind of just, it went away. I was busy. Then I got a call from these guys just today. This all happened in the last, I guess, 14 hours. And they said, we have an opportunity for you. We want you to record a podcast, and we're going to give you 6 companies that you need to mention and promote their products. And I thought about it, and I go, all right, well, you know, maybe, at least I can have a podcast and make a little money doing it. And then I thought, what the hell am I doing, man? Like, I'm going to promote something, a company that I have no idea for what? For $1,000? So I said no. I called him back, and I didn't even politely say no, because that's kind of everything that's wrong in social media. And if you ever hear anything coming from me, any promo, you're gonna know, like, either I use it, I believe in it. I mean, I only promo a few things. Odin golf balls, that's what I play. Lambda shoes, that's what I wear. The 69 wedge, that's why I kick your ass in golf. I mean, it's just these things that I believe in and I play with, you know? And I believe that these influencers, and look, when I say influencers, I mean the general public. I know, you know, one of my best buddies, Manolo, is an influencer, and I can tell you right now, that dude only, and will always only promote what he's using. Wilson, that's all that's in his bag. He doesn't even promote the Wilson irons. He plays Wilson irons. He has a Wilson, we all do actually, a Wilson softball glove. Like, it's Wilson head to toe. Corona, he only, look at pictures. That's the only thing he'll order. And I think tried and true, you have to really believe in the company that you are promoting, or else you're a fake influencer, because you're just influencing people to buy a shitty product. And now you're gonna lose credibility. So long story short, I called him back and I said, listen, man, that ain't me. I'm not doing it. I don't care. I'm not gonna promote things that I don't know. And they said, well, you have to. I said, no, I don't. And they said, well, you're not gonna have a podcast then. I said, I don't care. I didn't have a podcast yesterday. If I don't have it today, what do I give a damn? Well, we can't pay you. Okay, fine. So I go about my day, I get a phone call later, and they go, I think I have something that you might like. I go, what is it? Doesn't pay as much. I said, what is it? So you're gonna hear later on in the show. And it's just weird how things work out. I said no, they dug a little deeper, they found something that's for me. And this is a thing that I use, that I've always used, that I love. I actually do love it. If you know me, you know I love it. So we're using it, and you're gonna hear a commercial later for it, but it's absolutely marvelous. It's my favorite thing, and that's the best way to promote, because I love it. So thank you guys for looking into it. I have a guy, I'm sorry, buddy. Here's how this works, just so you know. I have a phone in front of me, and I'm looking at this, how old are you, buddy? 24, 25? I got a 25-year-old dude, sound engineer, looking back at me. So sound engineer, does this look okay? I mean, I know you're sound, but do I look okay? But this is audio only, right? He's just giving me thumbs up. It sounds good. I sound good. Okay, good. And I don't know your name, buddy. I apologize, and you're on mute, so I can't hear what you're saying. We're going to call you Stu and I might talk to you a little bit, Stu, because I don't know your name. I know you introduced yourself about 30 minutes ago and I completely forgot. So anyway, Stu's on the other line here, making sure that we're all good to go. And this is the introductory to it. And that's just it. So we're going to talk about a few things, and then we're going to cut it. And we're going to do it again tomorrow or the next day. And everything that you hear on this from here till tomorrow and the next day and forever and ever, if you hear it on here and you hear me promoting it, I just want you to know it's tried and true. I'll never lead you down a road of buy this thing, use my code so I can make $7. I don't give a damn about the $7. I don't even want the $7. I'll buy the stupid product, just throw it in the trash. So have a little sense of that. Anything you hear is the real deal. Now, who am I and what am I doing here? Why am I even recording this? Who gives a shit? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but you're listening. So my name is Jimmy. I started a little thing called Tropicana Golf Club and Barber Shop in Glendora, California in 2018. I started a barber shop because, frankly, I was tired of the barber shop that I was going to. I loved the barber. The guy was great. The shop was trash. He had 5 TVs in there, giant TVs, full blast. All 5 TVs were playing different things. Then he had a radio going, or stereo or whatever, playing hip hop. So now I got 5 TVs, hip hop going as loud as you can, people talking. It was an absolute disaster. Now, when I go in to get a haircut, I want a nice, calm environment. Have some cocktails, maybe some chit chat, maybe some music in the background. And I tried to paint this picture to this dude. Bro, your clients don't like this. He's like, that's what the shop owner likes and blah, 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 blah. So listen, I'm not gonna start changing this guy's barbershop. So I said, you know what? Fine, I'm gonna start my own barbershop and run it the way I wanna run it. Now the problem is I am not a barber and I have no idea how to run a barbershop. All I know is I don't want loud music. And that's not really a reason to start a barbershop. But anyway, I start a barbershop and I go, we're gonna start it. And if it goes, it goes. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I had a job, I was content, I was satisfied in the way that I was going. So I pull the trigger and I lease the space. I get some chairs, some barber chairs. I have no barbers, I just have the barber chairs. And then my buddy comes and he says, you know what? This is a great space. It's huge. What are you gonna do? I go, I don't know. Put 3 barber chairs in there. He's like, yeah, but it's enormous. What are you gonna do with the rest? I don't know. He says, why don't you get a golf simulator in here? I go, that's awesome. I love golf. So we get a golf simulator and we put it together and we start hitting balls in there. It's great. He goes, you know what? This needs some beer. So we get the beer, we get the golf simulator, and we got the 3 chairs. Now what? Do we open to the public? I don't know. This is a bootleg operation, you know? Like, I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll just open it up and get haircuts for myself. Long story short, I get 3 barbers. I get some clothing brands to come in and display their stuff. And I get this giant sign. It's about 25 feet wide and 6 feet high. And it has the 4 letters, GOLF, in a font called Arial Black. It's this huge LED sign. And I go, what in the hell am I had somebody make this for me. And I go, what the hell am I gonna do with this thing now? I put it right in the front of the shop on a beam and I lit it up. And this thing lit up the entire shop. People are driving by. You could still drive by tonight and see it. And people are now going, golf? What the hell? They get out of their car, they look inside, they see barber chairs. Everybody's confused. It goes like this for 2 months, 2.5 months, because I have nothing in there. Finally, I find some barbers, I get everything locked down, and I have a welcome party. Now, mind you, I don't know anybody in this area. Maybe 10, 15 people, I don't know. So we opened the doors on January 19th, 2018. 2019. I don't know, 18, 19, who cares? And like 500 people show up. People from the internet, people from the community, people from different communities, police. I go, oh shit, the cops are here. They go, hey man, just want to let you know we're in favor of what you're doing. It looks really cool. I go, what am I doing? He goes, I don't know. There's a simulator in there and looks like barber chairs. I go, yeah, well, what is it? He's like, I don't know. So I'm just having this party at this place and everybody's cheering me on. I go, this is awesome. These people have all supported me and I don't even know what I'm doing. So we keep going. The barbers start bringing in actual real clients. They're sitting down, getting their hair cut, having a beer, hitting balls on the simulator. And everything's great. I'm having a good time, not thinking, hey, anything more than that. This is what this is. This is a barbershop, and it's the barbershop that I wanted. We got Sinatra going. I got pictures all the way throughout of, you know, Dean Martin and Lee Trevino and Arnold Palmer and Jack, and you know, like it's my hangout. It's my sweet spot. So 2019 ends, come up to 2020. Hey, we're having a year anniversary. We made it a year. Well, that's awesome. So we have a little anniversary thing and we're tooting our own horn. We made it a year, got a lot of new clients, blah, blah, blah. And March 13th, you know what comes up? COVID. What shuts down? Barbershops. Oh shit. Well, what do we do now? How do we keep going? This is their livelihood, you know? Luckily, I still had employment. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell the guys. Hey, you know, I hope that we open up again so you can get paid. I don't know. There's no government assistance for these guys and I can't help them. So we're kind of in a tough spot. The landlord still wants his money, even though we can't be open. So we work out a deal with him and we start doing haircuts, bootleg haircuts. We have to close the windows, sneak around the back, call by appointment only. Everybody's masked up and gloved up, and it's tough. It's tough to do a haircut from 6 feet away, let me tell you. But somehow we make it out. Then the governor goes, okay, we got another great idea. You can get haircuts, but you got to do them outside. And we go, oh shit, outside. Well, it's better than nothing. Now, mind you, if you look back at when he did this, it's like July 15th. It is hotter than shit outside. It's 100 degrees outside. Can you imagine standing outside, cutting people's hair in 105-degree heat? What a disaster. But what an absolute blessing. Let me tell you why. We are on Route 66 in Glendora, California. One of the busiest streets in the city, for sure. Possibly the state, possibly the world. Route 66 goes from Venice to Missouri, all the way through. So it's very well known and it's very highly traveled. So what do you see? 3 guys outside with barber chairs cutting hair. People are driving by, honking the horn, giving us thumbs up. Hey, keep going, man. Thanks. Thanks. They're bringing them drinks. They're supporting them. Now we have this whole revolution going of, hey, go back to work, continue life. And we're going, well, we are, and some people are against it. How are we going to eat? You know, these guys, this is how they support their families. So we're getting a little bit of blowback, but most of it is positive. Then one day, LA Times comes by, goes, we love what you're doing, and we want to do a piece about you. And we go, yeah. So they show up. They photograph us outside, getting haircuts, giving haircuts. Boom, blows up. We got people coming from everywhere to get haircuts. I'm talking about 30 haircuts a day per barber. It's absolutely marvelous. It was a godsend, to be honest with you, a total godsend. And before I continue the story, I want you to check out this ad.
When the only sound is the frozen silence of winter, you go to work, throwing mountains of snow back into the sky. And when the track becomes a railroad again, it's Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer. Miller Beer.
Well, there it was. That wasn't so bad. Miller High Life. My favorite beer, literally my favorite beer of all time. It's the champagne of beers. Like, how lucky can you get? So, let's go back. They told me, how about Miller High Life? I said, how about hell yeah? So Miller High Life is the sponsor. They're sending us product. They're giving us a little scratch to continue the show and get guests and equipment and everything. It's something special. Stu, you ever had a Miller High Life? He gave me the thumbs up. You like it? Oh, 2 thumbs up. Attaboy, Stu. I love you, Stu. People are gonna love you because you just agree with everything. Nobody can hear or see you. It's marvelous. Anyway, let's go back. So I told you we were outside, cutting hair. Everything was great. Got the support from everybody. It was just something special. Now, in that same time, summer of 2020, I get a call from Mr. Will Mayo. Some of you know him as Rams Hill Will. He is the official director of everything for Rams Hill Golf Club in Borrego Springs, which is just an absolute gem of a location. If you've never been to Rams Hill, you must check it out. It's a beautiful, beautiful golf course, perfectly maintained. And Will, I believe, took it from a 7 to a 10. He ran all the media behind it, really got it exposure that it needed, brought in people to kind of show it off, and he's done a great job. And that's the only reason I know about it, because of Rams Hill Will, and that's probably the reason you know about it, is Rams Hill Will. Anyway, Rams Hill Will calls me and he goes, listen, why don't you start a golf club? I go, what in the hell are you talking about, Rams Hill Will? He goes, start an SCGA golf club. I think that you have a lot of people in your circle that would be interested in joining a club. I said, I don't think so, Will. He goes, dude, well, what do you like to do? What can you do right now? I go, yeah, we're playing golf. I go, but actually, you know, it might be beneficial because I'm playing with the same 3 guys and things are getting tough. And at this point, I don't know if the world's gonna end, let alone, I don't know what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. So I said, okay, let's start a club. I'd like a few more people to play golf with. So I meet with the guys from the SCGA, Evan and Kevin, and they go, this is how you start it. You just have to get, I don't know, 25 guys or 50 guys. And I go, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to get that. There's no chance. They said, well, just start it and see what happens. And if you don't get it, we'll dissolve the club. I go, all right. So I put a post up. I said, hey, anybody want to play golf? Join a club, get your handicap, you know, maybe make some new friends. It's the only thing we can do is play golf, so we should all play together. First day I got like 35 signups. Second day I got another 30. I'm going, oh my God. I don't know. Like, I have all these people signing up. Well, what do I do with them? So I created an event. I said, let's all just go play golf. We go to San Dimas Canyon here by my house. We have a great time. Play a little skins game. It was in its truest form, the real Tropicana first event. And I said, I think this is gonna work. I think that people are looking for this. We haven't had any contact with the outside world for 5 months. And now we can get together, play golf, and have some friends to talk about this crazy ass world that we're living in. So I'm continuing to get signups, and I go, I think it's time for a tournament. So we have a tournament, and that went great. Now we have a winner of a tournament, the first official winner of a tournament, and now it's a real thing. Now we have a real club with real events and real people. And now they're telling their friends about it, and it's spreading. Soon we have 100 members, and 150, then 200, and 250. And I'm talking about within the first 3 months. It was an absolute skyrocketing deal. I mean, I couldn't even catch up. I couldn't plan the events fast enough. So, fast forward, we get to 300 members. And I go, I don't even know how this got here. I don't know what to do. I start creating a series of events where if you win a tournament, you're qualified to what's called a finale. Now the finale is all paid for, everything's paid for. The Airbnb that we stay in, the food, we bring in the chef, Chef Baker comes and cooks for us. Your golf is paid for, cigars and booze. It's a full, all expenses paid vacation to become the finale champion. And that had never been done before. I know it because that was what I thought should happen. I didn't take any model from anybody and say, we're going to do what that guy does or that club does or what they've done for 100 years. And I think that's the real reason that Tropicana is so enticing to people, because everybody's used to the same format. You make your points, you go to the cup or whatever the hell you win at the end of the season. I don't even know how it works. None of that even makes sense to me. I'm a guy that if you play in something and you win, you should win something that day, not get points and hopefully you win later. That's a bunch of bullshit. You win that day, you're a champion, and then you get a prize, and that prize is the finale. So that's what we've done. All this was just golf related. And then I started seeing something. These guys really like each other. This is a real community here. And now these guys are hanging out outside of golf. They're going to the bar. They're going to each other's parties, weddings, grandmother's parties, anniversary parties. I go, holy shit. Like, this is really, really working. That's the true success of Tropicana. We have almost 600 members. And let me tell you something. These guys are real pals. I mean, I'm talking real pals. We have a chat that we started for a trip that we all went on that now has, I don't know, 40 people, 50 people in it or something. And you can't go 10 minutes without somebody saying in that chat. We are in constant communication. And if you get kicked out of that chat or you quit the club, your social life is pretty much done, because this thing takes up a lot of time. But it's great, because you're talking about shit that you care about. We're all about the same age. We all have the same hobbies. We all talk about things that are happening in the world and in our club. And that's the real magic. We have constant communication. I just wanted to go back and give you a little sum up of how we got to this particular point in history. Kind of a back to the future moment. Like I said, we're going to touch on things, current affairs, I don't know, golf events, baseball events, bowling events, everything that's going to come up in real life. We're going to talk about it here. I'm going to have some guests. I'm going to drink a lot of Miller High Life. And we're going to have a lot of fun. That was an introductory episode to what's coming. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you log in, subscribe, do whatever it takes to get this podcast again, because I think it's going to be fun. There's no schedule. There's no agenda. It's just real. And I think people want to hear that. Once again, thanks again for listening, and I will see you next time.